Good day, everyone. Today we are going to look into chapter 33 on poverty. All right. So, what is poverty? Poverty is a state or condition in which a person or community lacks the financial resources and essentials for minimum standard of living. All right. And also, poverty means that the income level from employment is so low that the basic human needs can't be met. That is called poverty. Poverty can be divided into two factors, that is called on your absolute and relative poverty. What is absolute poverty? Absolute poverty meaning occurs when people do not have enough income to pay their basic needs. They may lack access, for example, adequate food, clothing, shelter, sanitization, and healthcare. That is called an absolute poverty. Absolute poverty, in a simple term, we can say that they not enough income to meet their basic needs. Whereas relative poverty occurs when they are poor relative to other people in the country. Relative poverty is when households receive 50% less than average household incomes. So therefore, they are not even meeting the basic, even though they meet the basic, but it's not sufficient. That is called on your relative poverty. What causes actually poverty? The causes of poverty. They say there are a number of reasons why people are poor. They say these include being unemployed, being in low paid work, falling ill, growing old. In all of these cases, people may lack the income to ensure that they do not experience poverty. Once in poverty, it can become difficult to get out of it because we are not financially stable or balancing our living standards. All right. So every country trying to minimize it. All right. The percentage of poverty. They're trying to look into 2 to 3% of poverty in that particular country. This is very difficult, all right, for a growing country, and when we are highly populated, all right, it will be very difficult for us actually to overcome the poverty. But I think almost in this era, every country are trying to overcome the problem of poverty. We can also look into the possible government policies measured to reduce the poverty. All right, how actually government can overcome the problem of poverty. We can look into the improving the quantity and quality of education. This can be one of the factors that we can talk about. Promoting economic growth. All right, introducing or increasing the national minimum wage. I think many countries have revised on this point number 3. Okay, and also Malaysia has done that. All right. I think they have done in 2013. They revamped, all right, the national minimum wage. And then they are encouraging more multinational companies to invest. So therefore the poverty level will start declining. How? More job opportunities. All right, the output will start increasing, meaning to say that your domestic suppliers will have a better future. They can supply things to the multinational companies. And also they can talk about providing benefits or more general state benefits. All right, pension. All right, and by giving the unemployment, let's say there's unemployment rate start increasing, so we can give some allowance for them. Or when we study on chapter 24, role government act as a producer, so they will become a boss, but they will employ but with a low pay, at least better than nothing. So these are the way that we can overcome the problem of poverty. The most important part in this chapter, we have to look into the definition. What is the definition of poverty? We need to know the two factors of poverty. All right, poverty can be measured on relative and also absolute. And also we need to know what causes actually poverty and how to overcome the impact. All right, so therefore, these are the basic things that we need to look into the poverty. Right, government policies on distribution of income and wealth. All right, redistribution of income. But if we want to talk about the redistribution of income, promoting on the policies, right, we have to ensure that economic growth. When there's economic start growing, the standard of living, the GDP, the development, That is all will help at the end of the day to overcome the problem of poverty. All right, and also we can talk about the if you see here, we can talk about the government can influence the distribution in a number of ways, of ways, including taxation, provision of cash benefit, provision of free state education and healthcare using labor and macroeconomic policies. So these are the ways that we actually can overcome the level of poverty. All right, and once we are in poverty, it's very difficult for us to overcome, but yet it's about the economic growth. It's about the economic development. All right. So in next class, we'll be talking more on the other components. All right. What actually causes, impact, consequences, advantages, disadvantages, we'll look into more on the poverty. All right, guys. So I see you all in next class.